Miss Huxtables! Hope all is well with you guys. I'm coming to you today really quick to show you, because I get a lot of questions on how do I trim my hair. And the method that I like to use to trim is called dusting, which means basically just going through your hair and looking for ends that are visibly split or visibly damaged and going through and cutting them individually. Rather than when you go to a salon or you go someplace and ask for a trim, them pretty much just cutting all of this portion of the hair off. When it starts to get more see-through or it starts to get more thin, just trimming all of this portion entirely off. So it's basically going through this and seeing what of these are damaged or split or, you know, look broken, and cutting those individually. I will say that my henna binds to the outside of the hair, so it helps to it's not going to repair or necessarily fix split ends. Once the ends are split, there's nothing you can do to fix them or mend them back together. But it does create an illusion or look of thickness, and it does bind to the hair to give it additional strength and make it stronger and less prone to breakage or less prone to the splits getting worse, if that makes sense. So I swear by my henna treatments. I absolutely love them. Every time I do one, I fall back in love with henna. They take a lot of time and they're kind of a mess, so I have to spread them out when I get the chance to do them. But when I do them, I'm just like, oh, it gives the hair such a wonderful, beautiful shine and glow, and really makes it much more, lustrous? I don't know. It looks denser, it looks thicker, it looks better. And for those of you that haven't watched my henna videos, please subscribe and watch them, and I'll show you really quick. I only use and have only used the Lush brand Caca Noir, and it comes in it's 6 pieces, but this is half of it. I'm using half at a time now. And then you shave this down and apply it to your head, and it has henna and indigo in it, so I get the black hair instead of red. Let me get this off my fingers. Okay, so the shears that I use are they're shape shears, and they're a little bit dirty. They just have FROMM 786 on them. I got them at Beans Beauty Supply when I lived in Philadelphia. Please pardon my nails. Yeah, I got them at Beans when I lived in Philadelphia, but I just recommend going to a professional grade beauty supply or a nice beauty supply and getting actual cutting shears rather than using blunt scissors or just regular scissors, because at a microscopic level it doesn't get a clean cut, which is what you want. So these are the scissors that I use. I will typically just, and I don't know how well this is going to show up on screen, but I'm trying, take a white blouse or some type of white fabric and either put it on or like lay it over my shoulder, and then you need to get the hair up against white so that you can see very clearly, or against a bright light so that you can see the ends that are split, or the ends that have those little even bulb looking things on them. And literally all that you do is go through each one and find ones that look split, or I don't think my camera is, you know, skilled enough to pick this up, but it's probably not. This particular hair, for example, has broken off into 2 different sections, so 2 or 3 sections. So what I will do is just cut right above that break and then check up the rest of the hair shaft to make sure it hasn't split up, and it hasn't. And then that's it. And you can sit and watch TV, or, you know, even at work sometimes I'll have my I'll have my shears in my purse, and I'll just unbreak or something, just, you know, take my time and go through it and see if I find any. And that's what I do. If I start to put my hair, it's kind of addictive too. Wait, did I find another one? No. If I start to put my hair in a ponytail, so gather my hair up on top of my head and put it up into a ponytail, and I realize that it's looking really, really tattered, or the lengths are looking really, really bad, I will technically do an overall trim, and that would consist of just kind of pressing my hair out. People ask me, do you cut your hair curly? No, I don't, because my hair has multiple different textures in it, from left to right side to the back, and when I press my hair, it would not look right at all. So if I was going to go to one of those, I guess, curly salons to get my hair cut, I'd have to be committed to only wearing my hair curly, or they'd have to really be a curl expert, because my hair is so many different textures. But I typically just, it's not perfect. I don't know, I've kind of given up on perfection in terms of my hair, so I'll just take it up like this and just cut. Like, I'll just cut off the pieces that, like, for example, all of this. Now, when I did have a stylist in Philadelphia that I trusted, she was much better at, obviously she can see the back of my head, and she was a good at cutting. Like, she would be able to cut it in a V, so she would trim the splits but be able to cut it so that I didn't have to lose all of the hair that you lose when you're going for a blunt cut or a straight across cut where all of the hair has to be even. My hair at the top of my head grows significantly slower, and I guess is more prone to breakage than the rest of my hair. So she was just a good stylist, and she explained to me, you know, you're always going to have your hair significantly shorter if you're trying to get some type of blunt cut. So we just always went with the V cut and the, you know, soft layers, and she would just kind of cut on a diagonal so I wouldn't have to lose all of that length. And she was really great at that, but I don't live in Philly anymore, so I don't trust anyone else. So I'll just do it myself. And I mean, that just consists of looking at my hair where it starts to get thin or is breaking off. I'll just cut that off. And I don't know, if it doesn't look perfect or it's not perfectly even, I don't really trip about it. So that's kind of it. I don't know. I hope people weren't looking for a really deep, in-depth tutorial. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, please, please, please. Only because it's very easy for me to post pictures or little like tidbits or things that I'm thinking about. And it's less work than filming a video, editing it, waiting for it to upload to YouTube. It's like an all-day process. So follow me on Instagram. I'll try to post a diagram, or I'm sure there's lots of pictures of how split ends look. And that's probably easier for you to just see what the split ends look like, for you to be able to identify them and use the shears. But in terms of getting it on camera, there's no way I can show you up close and personal. This is what a split looks like, and this is why I cut it. So I'll try to post a picture in that regards. But that's it. I mean, really, it's just investing in a good pair of cutting shears. I don't remember, this was years ago, how much these cost. They're not expensive, but I do recommend getting a sharp, good pair of shears. And other than that, just having your hair against a substance that's, or you know, that's white so that you can clearly see the hair. But other than that, that's what I do. And I know there's a lot of controversy, or people say you need to cut your hair all the time, or you need to, I mean, you guys are the judge. I haven't got a professional trim at a beauty salon for, it might have been 3 or 4 years now. So I don't think that my hair suffers greatly, or that my hair split all the way up to the hair shaft and I woke up one day and my hair was significantly shorter because I wasn't trimming. So that's just hasn't been my experience. Once again, I think the henna helps a lot. I think proper moisturizing, proper oiling of the hair, wrapping at night, sleeping on satin pillowcase, sleeping on, you know, substances that allow the moisture to remain in the hair, and then doing the trimming when you do identify splits. To me, that's worked wonders and allowed me to have length retention. And there's other people out there that just don't care. They say, I want my hair all one length. I really am big on hair health and hair fullness over length. So just any time that this isn't this perfect amount of thickness, cut it off. I don't care. And they don't mind. And that's a method as well. But in terms of reaching a hair goal or length retention, I really have found that the excessive trimming, or, you know, I try to communicate, I try to say what I want when I go to the salon, but almost, I would say 8 times out of 10, my hair would be overcut and I would be very upset. There was a period where I was getting trims very often, and literally, no matter how long I waited, no matter how good I was taking care of my hair, every time I would come out of the salon, they would cut my hair back to armpit length. Like, it wouldn't matter that I had all this hair down here, and I would arguably say, you know, you could cut maybe there, but to cut my hair all the way back to armpit length, every time I go to see you, just doesn't, she'd be like, no, it's going to grow back. Like, that's where it's thick. Like, no, it looks healthy. And I agree. I mean, my hair is healthy and full and strong to there. But if I've explained to you that I'm going for length retention, I would like for you to cut the bare minimum possible. Like, literally, every time I would go back, I would leave and I'd be like, my hair is back to armpit length. And it's very defeating, because it feels like I have to start all the way back over from scratch. Why it keeps going to armpit length, and I keep trying to, so I just literally I gave up on trying. And you know, every time you go to a salon, you're trusting them with your hair. That might be, you know, a couple years worth of growth, and you're trusting them to, it if they mess up or they don't do what you want, then you just lost that hair. It's nothing. I don't want to be like Debbie Downer or be depressing or be like, oh, you know, they cut your hair off, you're starting back from scratch, the world has come to an end. You know, hair is really superficial in certain ways to begin with, but at the same time, you know, if I'm really dedicated towards reaching this goal and then you keep cutting it off every time, then it's very annoying. And so, you know, just finding somebody that you can trust, or doing it yourself, that's really what it's come down to in terms of me and my hair, completely doing it myself. So hope it was helpful. If you guys have any tips or tricks for trimming, if any of you are professional, you know, licensed cosmetologists or professional hairstylists, please, I don't claim to know everything. Please comment below, leave your suggestions, leave your tips or how you assist your clients or your contact information. I definitely support entrepreneurs. If you're better at trimming or you know the science of hair, please feel free to share below. As always, subscribe and follow me on Instagram. It's the same as my YouTube name, at Modern Mrs. Huxtable. And hope to talk to you guys soon. Bye. Be blessed.